Hi there, hope you're all doing well. I am back with another Reaper Bones miniature. This time around it is the Vampire Lord from the Bones 4 Kickstarter set. He was primed in German Panzer Grey and I'm starting off with Royal Purple for his cape. Next up is Charred Brown for his boots and the one glove you can see. I then moved on to Gory Red for the inner part of his clothing. With the inner clothing finished, I used Bloody Red to do the outer clothing. It comes out very orange compared to how it looks, but the wash later will dim it down to more of a less in your face sort of colour. Now I moved on to the face using Vallejo's Dead Flesh. Next I used Cold Grey to do his bottoms and for the base colour of the flower around his neck. With the grey drying, I used matte black to do his hair and the first colour on the base. I now moved on to some of the gold details using Glorious Gold by Vallejo. The final colour of the base layers is Brain Matter Beige for his eyes, teeth and the highlight on the flower thing he's got around his neck. Now on to the first proper highlight, starting off with Bloody Red for the gory red part of his clothing. I'm trying not to overdo this too much as obviously there's Bloody Red on something already, but it's just to keep all the parts of the clothing separate and make them pop out that bit more on the edges. Next is Mars Red for the highlights on the Bloody Red. Mars Red is just as orange as Bloody Red really, so it's more of a subtle highlight than actual like changing the colour of something. So it's good for the top of the sleeve where the light will be hitting it. I then moved on to hex lichen to do the highlights on the cape, getting all the edges and the raised areas. The final highlight is werewolf fur for the boots and the glove. I now moved on to the base, started with dark stone, aiming to cover everything, but I'm not too fussed if I leave some of the black coming through. The next colour for the base is uniform grey. I'm putting this on while the dark stone is still wet, just so that it blends and adds a bit more variation to the entire coverage. Next up is the washes, starting off with purple tone for the cape and also the base. The base is going to get a lot of washes on this, so I'm trying to add a different approach to the colouring of stone to what I normally do. So I'm adding a few washes just to add some more variation and different colours popping through. The second wash is red tone for the clothing. This is the only wash that doesn't go on the base, but you can add it in, as I've seen rocks with red in them before. I then use dark tone for the grey on his clothing and for the base again. Finally, I finish off with strong tone for his boots, glove and the entire coverage of the base. And that will be it for the Vampire Lord. As you can see, I've now got a rotating display stand to show off the minis at the end of the videos. If you want to see the photos of the mini like they normally are, check out my Instagram in the link below where you can see them. I'll post at the same time as the video goes up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, be kind to each other.